Bangladesh, where society is suffering from so many social diseases, corruption, crime, and many other social problems. Within those problems, one pioneer came forward with light in the way of peace and tranquility. Accepting his light of peace, many people gave up stealing, robbery, and so many other crimes. Hundreds and thousands of people left superstitious belief and started their sacred journey of peace. The boy who used to dishonor his mother, he started loving and honoring. In which family, husband and wife used to fight, their relation became peaceful. Who inspired to establish a friendly relation among Muslims and non-Muslims, he is now being victimized and suffering inside the prison. Allama Delwar Hossain Saidi, he is not only popular in the Muslim community of Bangladesh, but also well accepted even to the non-Muslims. It is proved in his election area. He was selected as the member of the parliament 2 times, where maximum people are non-Muslims though. Isn't it the reflection of love to Sayeedi? Charges against him.
The allegation on Sayeedi is built Parerhat Peace Committee and Razakar, killing Hindus behind the LGD building, killing of famous writer Humayun Ahmed and Zafar Iqbal's father, converting 150 Hindu to Muslim. Killing of famous writer Humayun Ahmed and Zafar Iqbal's father.
Though he is accused of killing the father of the writer Humayun Ahmed, we find totally different scenario in the biography of his mother. His mother accused in the biography that 2 persons named Brigadier Atiq Rashid and Major Izaz killed Humayun Ahmed's father. So it is very clear that Sayeedi was not engaged in killing of her husband. In an investigation, we have come to know that a culprit named Delwar Sikdar, along with the Pakistani army, did so many war crimes like robbery and raping. After 1971, he was killed by public beating. After 40 years, why Sayeedi would be punished for Delwar Sikdar's war crimes, where there is no matching of their father's name and village? What witnesses have told about Sayeedi and themselves, we will be surprised as conscious human beings.
No, it is totally wrong information. Sayeedi did not kill my husband.
They want to take my statement, but I have refused and said I will not give any false statement against any innocent man. Some army members killed him. Sayeedi was not present there. Now I have been acknowledged that some people filed case against Sayeedi using my name intentionally. It is impossible for me to give any false statement against Maulana Sayeedi. He did not burn my house.
It was about the witnesses. Let's see what Sayeedi has challenged about the accusations against him.
Listen everyone, in 1997, when I was criticizing Qudrat-e-Khuda Education Commission, at that time they were addressing me as a Razakar from Treasury Bench of Parliament. I strongly said I was not the member of any political party till 1973. I am not a Razakar. If anyone could not prove me a Razakar, then I will charge a defamation case of 100 million taka. This speech was known by whole world, 300 parliamentarians were there, but not a single person took the challenge. I invite all the journalists, intellectuals, intelligence to Pirozpur. If anyone prove me as a Razakar, I will resign from parliament. 3 years passed, no one took the challenge.
The opinions of international lawyers about the War Crime Tribunal of Bangladesh.
It's a national court, however, it is trying international crimes, and the Bangladesh government have withdrawn the national rules of evidence and rights from any accused and given them very restricted rights in the War Crimes Tribunal. In fact, they've withdrawn all the constitutional rights to a fair and impartial trial that an ordinary Bangladesh citizen would have. So it's a very unfair War Crimes Tribunal.
And in fact, the hearing of the first suspect who was due to start his trial today, Delwar Hossain Saiyeedi, that's been delayed amid claims from his team of bias being shown by the tribunal. Does it have any credibility as a war crimes tribunal?
Absolutely not. It's been condemned by the International Bar Association, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, and for anybody who studies these issues, you can see why it's unfair. The chairman of the tribunal, and one of the reasons why there's been an allegation of bias, is himself someone who sat on a commission that held investigations against the suspects accused and is mentioned in one of the exhibits that's a report on those matters and is in the case. So potentially he could be made a defence witness or a prosecution witness. So there is no impartiality about this tribunal at all.
And, you know, for the people who have suffered through these experiences and the families of those who were killed during this war of secession, this is a huge issue because they want to see reconciliation, they want to see justice.
Yeah, that's the point. Your commentator mentioned justice, but you don't get justice by having some sort of unfair rigged trial. What you get there is a stain on your history and something that means that you have to turn to it in years to come. It's already been 41 years since these events took place, and there's a big controversy because in fact they are only trying one side in relation to the matters that happened in the 1971 War of Liberation. There are no prosecutions of the national forces. They've been exempt from prosecution. So you're getting a very biased form of justice indeed. So it's a very unfair war crimes tribunal. So there is no impartiality about this tribunal at all by having some sort of unfair rigged trial. What you get there is a stain on your history. So you're getting a very biased form of justice indeed.
Even having all those false charges, Saidi wants to help Honorable Prime Minister for the sake of the welfare of Bangladesh. He says,
Prime Minister, we are your well-wisher. We want you to be in government for 5 years with good governance. You should know those people who are with you. They are those people who destroy the popularity of your father, the architect of independence, late President Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, whose fame was so high. They defame your father and you made them minister. They will do the same with you what they did with your father.
it is very clear from his speech that he wants Bangladesh as a country of peace and harmony, where people of all religion will perform their own religion and they will have the right to spread the message of their religions. The case in which Saidi is imprisoned, renowned lawyer barrister Rafiq commented about the invalid witnesses. He said,
It is really surprising. All the witnesses are saying that they don't know Sayeedi. The case is not going in proper direction. Their action is improper.
It's not proper. It's not proper. It will have a challenge called the mushkil.
Country's well-known intellectuals think about him.
What was the role of Delwar Hossain Saidi? Even he was not the leader of Jamaat and was not famous. He had no power to do crime against humanity at that time. Why he was claimed, I don't understand. Listen carefully. They have made the tribunal much funny and ridiculous. Who the people are doing politics with the spirit of liberation war? They are the big abuser of the liberation. These politics, how it is injected in the vein of the nation. Today, if anyone criticizes Awami League's activity, he will be addressed as BNP or Jamaat. What is it? You become astonished. Where it's gone? If opposition party arrange any program, it will be called as the conspiracy to stop the war crime tribunal. I want to make it contextualize. Bangladeshi politics has some poisonous gas. Some non-productive debates are continuing year after year. One of them is so-called liberation force and anti-liberation force. Another is, if you talk about the spirit of liberation, it does not mean to sing the song of liberation or praising one or more leaders. You know, the fundamental two components of liberation was true democracy and fair economy. Was Awami League able to present true democracy or fair economy? Then why you people are crazy about liberation spirit? Those are the fundamental component of freedom fight. War crime tribunal is lesser than that.
Because of the international tribunal's falsehood and torture against Saidi, his elder son Rafiq bin Saidi could not tolerate it, and he died out of a severe heart attack on 13 June. He was only 47 years old. Only few days before, on 27th October 2011, Saidi lost his mother. As he could not stay with his mother at that time, he has become more helpless.
Only few months ago, I attended my mother's funeral. They did not give me time to meet with my family and my brothers. I could not keep my hand on their shoulder. My piece of heart, my son, Rafiq bin Saidi, passed yesterday. I was informed this afternoon. Oh Allah, I have been preaching the Quran for 50 years around Bangladesh and the world. They have accused me as war criminal, thief, robber, killer, rapist. By the name of Allah, in 1971, not a single piece of dust spotted me.
How painful it is to a person who is suffering in prison with false accusation and losing 2 family members. He could not bear with this shock, and now suffering from a miserable life, having severe heart diseases. Yet, he is not given good medical treatment from the tribunal. Before he was arrested, he had surgery in heart several times. Now, because of some major surgeries, he is in a very critical condition. For better treatment, his lawyers asked for bail. But the so-called International War Tribunal has refused to give him bail. We, the general people, don't want any questionable history at the last time of this honorable old man who has contributed a lot for better Bangladesh.